I'm telling you what, today Paula's best dishes is hopping. I've got one cool cat in the kitchen with me today. I'm getting down with Rodney Henry, and this rock and roller is gonna wow us with one of his most delicious creations, a savory chicken pie. I like the way you think. And then I'm gonna take this pie to a whole nother level, y'all, when I make a deep fried chicken pie. We got something going on. And for dessert, an Iron-Skillet brownie with a fluffy marshmallow cream frosting. Awesome.
That's awesome.
Tell everybody who you are.
My name's Rodney Henry. I own a place called Dangerously Delicious Pies in Baltimore, Maryland. We make savory pies, sweet pies, and quiche. It's out of sight, super cool place. Lots of cool people come in there, eat pie, and play a lot of music. It's a lot of fun.
So what kind of pie are you gonna make us today, Rodney?
We're gonna bake the best savory chicken pie you ever tasted.
I love chicken pie. So tell me what you got here.
Well, I got 1 5-pound chicken. I got 3 whole carrots, and I got 2 Vidalia onions that we're gonna quarter and stuff in that bird. And then after that, if we get that sucker stuffed, I'm gonna put some rosemary under the skin, and I'm gonna put some sage on top. And then we're gonna put butter and salt, pepper, and throw it in the oven and roast that chicken.
Listen, y'all, this cat.
Right on.
I hadn't used that word in a long time.
You're hip.
He makes music while he's baking his pies.
That's right.
So tell me, how did you get from being a rock and roller to a pie maker?
Rock and roll stopped paying the bills, so I started making pies to make my way on the road, supplement my income. If you grab a carrot and start cutting that up, that'd be real nice,
okay.
Paula. I go on the road, I'm gonna sell pies at the show with my CDs and T-shirts. We made like 75 pecan pies and put it in the back of my van.
Come on.
Swear to God.
Come on.
It was awesome.
Now let me get that onion quartered for you so you can stuff it in that bird. That's a lot of stuff you put in that little hole.
You know it. All right, so we got the onions and the carrots in there.
Yes.
Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take some rosemary.
In that hole?
We're not gonna stick the rosemary in the hole. We're gonna try to get it underneath this.
Oh, you're gonna put it between the skin and the meat. Oh, I like him. You're decorating him.
Oh, yeah. If we got that on there, let's get some salt. And just kind of like put it all over that sucker.
I like the way you think. I thought I got my food salty. How much salt have you got for that chicken?
Well, on the recipe, I say use a 1/4 cup. You want to coat that chicken good and pack it down on the skin so it's like kind of penetrating the top of the skin. All right, cool. So we're gonna get the pepper all over top of this thing. Just grind it up there, some fresh pepper. I want you to take that butter right there, just rub it on top of there. Grease that sucker up good. I tell people to use 1 stick. The chicken's gonna be roasted perfectly, and all this stuff's gonna roast together.
I used a whole stick of butter.
You know it.
You use more butter and salt than I do. It's gonna give everybody somebody else to talk about.
No, it's gonna be excellent. I'm very excited about this pie. So,
there you go. Now, where do you want him?
I want that chicken right here on this pan, on this roasting pan.
Okie dokie.
That's really, oh, look at that. All right, now so we're gonna do one more thing.
That is one beautiful bird, baby.
Before we throw it in the oven, we're gonna take the sage and just pull it right up here and just put it right on top of the bird.
Yeah, we're gonna cozy him up in a little grass, aren't we?
Yeah, we're gonna get him locked on. All this stuff's gonna roast and go right through that chicken. It's gonna be awesome. So we're gonna put this in the oven at 350 for about an hour and a half.
Just go ahead and put him in the oven, baby, and while you're doing that, I'm gonna wash my hands.
All right, got that in the oven.
This is gonna be one fine chicken, y'all.
Absolutely. What I'm gonna use for this crust is 3 cups of all-purpose flour.
So what do you want me to do down here, Rodney, while you're busy making your crust?
Paul, if you could just take those potatoes and slice them thin, like scallop style, that'd be really awesome. I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons of salt. 1 tablespoon of sugar.
Rodney, am I supposed to peel these potatoes?
No, you keep the skin on.
Okay, good. That's the way I like to do it.
All right. So you take that salt, sugar, and flour, just mix it up a little bit.
Okay, so you got your dry ingredients in there.
Yep, now I'm gonna take some shortening. Any old shortening is cool. I use palm oil, I use lard sometimes, but vegetable shortening is excellent. I'm gonna take 1.5 cups of vegetable shortening.
Cup and a half.
Oh yeah, 1.5 cups. You want this to be really nice. When you pull it out of the oven, you want it to be melting in your mouth, you know? And we got that. I don't mess around. I like to get in there with my hands and get it all
you don't
mixed
even
up.
use forks or a pastry cutter. You just go in for it.
Normally I do like 80 crusts at a time, so it's like this seems to be a faster way.
With your hands.
All hands, yeah. I don't mess around with any machinery or mixers or anything for pie crust at the shop.
How many pies a day do you make at the store?
About 100 in each shop.
Give me an idea of like some of the pies that you make.
I'll make steak, mushroom, onion, and Gruyere. It's really awesome. Sausage, tomato, fennel. I'll do some duck raspberry pie once in a while. Whatever you want, really, I hook it up. I'd like to do a fried chicken pie.
I would love a fried chicken pie.
That'd be awesome. And then we fry it after it's done. That'd be out of sight. All right, so now I get a couple cups of water. Now when I'm doing the...
Wait, I'm real distracted right now. I'm hurriedly thinking about how I can fry a pie with chicken in it. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So basically I take 2 cups of cold tap water. I pour a little bit in at a time, not too much because you want to work it in there. So you knead the dough up a little bit, work that water in there, just kind of get it sort of soft. You don't want it too mushy. Paul, if you could take those potatoes and the carrots, put them on the tray.
Can I just pour a little oil on it? Would that be all right?
If you want to, that's cool. Whatever you like.
Let me just grease this up real quick and I'll add the 4 red potatoes that I sliced. Like thin layer?
Yep.
Hope you don't mind that I'm just adding this leftover onion.
That's fine.
And we'll
throw
there we go, and now
throw
the
carrots on there. Oh yeah.
Here goes about a cup of those sliced carrots.
That looks out of sight, Paula.
All right, how about a little salt?
A little salt, maybe a tiny little bit of pepper. Then we'll just throw it right in the oven. It'll be great. 350 for as long as it takes to caramelize them a little bit.
Look at that fresh black pepper. This is gonna be sinfully out of this world. You're a bad boy and you need a spanking.
That's the absolute truth.
Coming up, I'm gonna take on one of the tastiest pie challenges of all time. So let's you and I try to fry a pie
I'm
together.
psyched. That sounds great.
With our chicken roasted, we get to make our savory pie filling.
That feels like it's gonna taste good, doesn't it?
Oh, I know it's so gonna taste good. And later, we're gonna make that truly indulgent dessert. Another sinful dish on Best Dishes. And finally, the pie maker's gonna play me a tune.
What's that in your hand? Is that a hunk of pie? I can see
Yes,
your
it
face.
is.
Look in your eye. I got apple, key lime, rhubarb too.
I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break. Y'all, I'm in the kitchen today with Rodney Henry, the best pie cooker in Baltimore, Maryland. And he's pulling his chicken out of the oven, y'all, because everything's being roasted off of this pie. But guess what, Rodney?
What's up?
Guess what I do have on?
What you got? Oh my goodness gracious.
I've got this deep fryer on, because you know what?
We're gonna fry up some pie.
You mentioned it a while ago, and my mind has been moving ever since you said something about it. So let's you and I try to fry a pie
I'm
together.
psyched. That sounds great.
I'm psyched too, dadgummit.
Awesome. All right, so what we're gonna take next, Paula, is we're gonna take this chicken.
Okay.
Take it off.
Get all that good juice.
You know it.
We're gonna save that, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we're just gonna stick that right in the bowl right now.
Yes!
Don't matter if you have a couple of those leaves in there from the sage or the rosemary. It's totally cool.
Y'all, when you roast off a chicken, you get such a richer stock than you would if you were boiling it, because this is concentrated.
So we're gonna take this chicken, we're gonna cut it right down the middle. Okay. So we're gonna put the onions and the carrots up. Now you have the rosemary underneath there. If you can pull the sprigs out of there. The leaves are cool. They're gonna cook down even more. You don't want the stems in there because it's a little too rough.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna pull this chicken right off the bone.
Look how tender that
You
is.
feel that chicken? That feels like it's gonna taste good, doesn't it?
Oh, I know it's
Yeah, it
so
does.
gonna taste good.
Yes, definitely. So we got the chicken locked on. So we're gonna put some potatoes and carrots in there. We got a bunch of potatoes and carrots.
Yeah, we're probably gonna need only about half that pan. All right, now, do you want to mash those or leave them like that?
Leave them like that. Just mix them all together.
okay.
You don't have to mash
So
up anything.
just toss
Keep them. Yeah. So the next part, I think you're gonna dig it. We're gonna take 2.5 cups of heavy cream. We're gonna throw right in that chicken.
I dig it.
So we're gonna throw the cream in there. Oh yeah, that's real creamy. See, now we're gonna use about half a cup of flour for this, just to thicken up the gravy.
Okay.
Just keep going in there.
So you want me to just keep kind of folding it in?
Just keep folding it on in there. It's
Oh,
looking
my
really
goodness.
good.
Now this feels real, almost pasty-like now, y'all.
Perfect.
See that?
Okay. The next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take some corn. We're gonna use 3/4 of a cup of corn.
Now, y'all, you see that I'm using my hands because he and I, we like to feel our food.
Absolutely. And you get to know it better. That's good looking pie.
That's good looking gut stuff.
No doubt, that's guts. That's good guts right there. So I'm gonna eyeball about 3/4 cup of corn.
Okay.
There you go. So we're gonna 1/2 cup the peas in there. So we got it's nice and thick. That's gonna make a couple good pies. We're gonna be really hooked up.
I'm so excited.
All right, so then I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna tighten up these crusts, all right? So basically what I'm making this crust pot, just gonna just dust the counter. You probably made crust about 1,000,000 times as well. Take your ball, pat it down, flatten it out a little bit.
I'm washing and watching. Here, let's just get the bottom crust into that pie plate. Oh, perfect. All right, now while you're doing that, I'm gonna slip in this drawer.
Cool.
Because you inspire me, baby. I'm gonna pull me out some buttermilk biscuits. Because, Rodney, there's more than one way to skin a pie, you know. So I'm gonna get started on my deep fried chicken pie. Since you're in a rolling mood.
No problem, I'll roll right up.
Would you roll that out for me?
Certainly. My pleasure. All right, we're gonna be frying pies. I'm very excited about this, Paul. It's gonna be real good.
I think you and I are on to something.
I believe so. I do believe you're right.
That's perfect.
All right, cool.
That's perfect. Now, while you're working on your pie, I'm gonna work on,
Can I grab a little bit of this chicken?
Please, I want you to have it. I'm just gonna dampen my fingers using that leftover heavy cream and moisten the edge of this circle of dough so it'll stick together. This is like our glue.
Paul, this is
Save me some, honey.
we got plenty. This is gonna be out of sight, totally. Here you go.
Oh, yeah. Y'all, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna take a little of our pie stuff and I'm gonna put that in there. And remember now, everything is ready. Everything's cooked. I'm gonna fold this up and seal it up. I believe we got something going on.
Look at this. My head's about to explode. I'm so stoked right this minute.
I'm stoked too.
That's awesome.
While you brush the top of your pie with that melted butter, I'm gonna go ahead and seal up my pie by pressing a fork all around the edge. Look at here, Rodney, baby. I'm gonna drop it into this oil, y'all, that's at 350 degrees, and I'm gonna fry it until it's just golden brown. Hope it works.
I think it's gonna look at
You
that.
think it's gonna
Look
work?
at that sucker. It's floating real nice.
Now hurry up and get your pie in that oven, baby.
All right. We got a 350. We're just gonna throw it in the oven for 50 minutes.
Y'all, in 50 minutes, we're gonna have one bad to the bone chicken pie, and in 30 seconds, we're gonna have a never before seen anywhere in this world, a Rodney and Paula deep fried chicken pie.
That thing is awesome.
Coming up, we dig into Rodney's savory chicken pie. That is some fine pie.
That's good pie right there.
Then it's the moment of truth, y'all, for my fried chicken pie.
That's really unbelievable.
And later, we're gonna enjoy our decadent Iron-Skillet Brownie Pie.
That's good.
It is good, isn't it? I hope y'all are enjoying the show, and I want to hear from you. Tell me what recipes or videos you'd like to see me make by just leaving a short comment below. Now, let's get back to the show, y'all. I'm in here in the kitchen with the king of pies in Baltimore, Maryland, Rodney Henry. Look at
awesome.
that chicken pie.
Come on. You know it's awesome.
And look at this
That's
one.
cool. Look at
We
that.
decided, y'all, at the last minute to try to make a fried pie. So I'm gonna brush this with a little bit of that butter, because I want mine like yours.
Oh, that looks so good.
Doesn't that look good? I love it. All right, so you wanna cut us a piece of your pie?
Absolutely.
And I'll put one of the fried pies on our plate. Oh my goodness. The rosemary and the sage smell like heaven.
Doesn't it?
Oh, I can't wait to dig in.
That's good, right?
That is some fine pie.
That's good pie right there.
That crust, I almost kind of made fun of him. When he was putting in all that shortening.
It's good, right? Oh, yeah. That was nice.
It's so good and so short, it's out of this world. All right, now let's taste
Let's get in it.
Let's taste our experimental pie.
That's really unbelievable.
Look in that pie, y'all. This is a fine fried pie, honey.
Man, this is awesome. This has been an awesome pie day.
I mean, it has been an awesome pie day. And listen, instead of using the biscuits, you can use that delicious crust that you made.
Sure. I think this would fry up real nice.
We gotta have something sweet
No
now
doubt.
to wash
You know
that
that's
savory pie down, don't you think?
I can't wait.
Well, come on down here. We're gonna get started on the Iron-Skillet brownies. Y'all, I have 20 1-ounce squares of unsweetened chocolate. I'm gonna add 1 stick of butter, and we're gonna let all that melt.
Alrighty.
And if I can get you to work on some nuts,
What you want me to do?
I'd love for you to chop us about a cup of nuts.
Alrighty.
And our butter's melting nicely in here. Now, I'm gonna cut this off.
How you want them fine or just chopped up, of
Just
course?
like you would find in a brownie. All right, Rodney, I'm gonna add a cup of sugar to this now. And the reason we call these skillet brownies is not because they're cooked in a skillet, because they're mixed up in a skillet. All right, now I'm gonna add 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of vanilla. Good vanilla-y smell.
That's looking good.
And then I'm gonna add 1/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. Now I'm gonna just whisk this together, and as you can see, it's getting thicker on us. Another sinful dish cooked up here in our kitchen on Best Dishes. And then I've got 2 eggs, y'all, that I'm gonna crack and whisk up. All right, now I'm gonna take these eggs and just beat them up a little bit. And I'm just gonna mix a little chocolate in there and temper our eggs, because our chocolate is hot and I don't want our eggs to scramble. So I'll just temper that by slowly heating them. All right, so in they go. We've got our eggs tempered.
That's looking
If you
good.
just dump those nuts.
It's looking really nice.
Does look good, doesn't it?
Real
and I tell
chocolatey.
you what, you're so strong. I'd love for you to stir those nuts into that.
My pleasure.
And I've got our pie plate ready. I've sprayed our pie plate. So all we're gonna do is just spoon it into this. You know what I'm gonna do? You had a few extra
Yeah.
nuts. I don't like to waste a thing, so I'll just spread those on the bottom, making us a little crust.
I think this is ready to roll.
Okie doke, and we'll just kind of pat that in here. There we go.
These are gonna be
Just
good.
like that. Skillet brownies. Well, let's get this brownie in the
Let's do
oven,
it.
honey. So we're gonna put that in a 325-degree oven, y'all. We're gonna let it bake for 40 minutes. Y'all don't go anywhere. I'm in here with one cool cat, Rodney Henry. We're gonna serve up this pie, we're gonna top it. And you know what?
What's up?
I bet we can talk him into a little music, can't we?
Absolutely.
Coming up, I'm gonna top our dessert with a rich frosting. Woohoo! And not only does Rodney's pie rock, he does too, y'all.
A big old hunk of dangerously delicious pies.
I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break. Now we're gonna finish up our brownie pie.
Awesome.
And this is so easy. If you would get the brownies
No
out of
sweat.
the oven
My
for me,
pleasure.
Rodney. And in this bowl, y'all, I have 7 ounces of marshmallow cream. I have a 1/2 cup of butter that's been softened that I've already dropped down in here. That would be 1 stick. Now I'm gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla. And if you would, while I'm beating, I would like for you to measure out 3½ cups of confectionate sugar while I beat.
My pleasure.
All right, now, if you will, measure out a couple of tablespoons of milk. Now, a little bit of milk goes a long, long way.
Absolutely.
So look at that. A marshmallow cream frosting. So you know what? I think we're ready, baby.
Awesome.
So we'll take our brownies. Let's take it over here. We got a little bit more room. I tell you what, you and I we kind of go together. You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
We're messy.
We are messy, but it's awesome. Isn't it? Doesn't it feel good to get a little dirty once in a while?
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Awesome. All right, so let's just spoon this on. Yes. Woohoo! All right, here we go.
It's really good.
Look at that. I'm gonna put you just a little bit of shaved chocolate and a little sprig of mint. Look at there. Can we make a toast?
Yes.
To pies and music.
Absolutely.
May they live for a long, long time.
Cheers. That's good.
It is good, isn't it? Mm-hmm. The bitterness of the brownie, but the icing's so sweet.
It evens it out. Nice. But you know what? I got a little something for you. Since you're a cool kitten. Here you go.
Now put it on my head, Rodney, the way it needs to be.
Oh my gosh, this is
See,
perfect.
I like the attitude of yours.
That looks real cool. You know what?
I feel so stinking cool.
You are cool. All right, here we go. What's that in your hand? Is that a hunk of pie? I can see
Yes,
your
it
face.
is.
Look in your eye. I got apple, key lime, rhubarb too. I even got a little something called berry blue. So come on down and open up your eyes and get yourself a big old hunk of dangerously delicious pie.
I love it. Hey, y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if y'all enjoyed this week's full episode Friday, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, friends.